friends, it's Jay. Today's video is going to be about smooth, soft, airy, floral fragrances that have a heavy dose of vanilla. So I think they're really perfect for this time of year because, you know, we're in spring and it's still a little bit cool. So the vanilla to me represents like that extra layering of clothing that you might put on, like that jacket you might take with you in the morning or in the evening. But the florals represent like the buds on the trees or that, you know, plant that might be starting to grow up from the ground. So it's like the promise of springtime. It's like right around the corner, but just not quite ready to let go of that comforting or that jacket or that sweater just yet. So we're not ready to get into like full-blown florals or fruits yet, at least not in this list. So I think these fragrances, like I said, are perfect for this time of year, and I look forward to reaching for them, and I think you would enjoy them as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna list from fragrances with the heaviest dose of florals. So they'll be floral vanilla, and get into kind of a good mix, like a good balance of florals and vanillas. And then the end is gonna kind of be a little more ambiguous, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I get there. So the first fragrance is Kilian Good Girl Gone Bad Extreme. Okay, so this is, there's not really any peach necessarily listed in this, but definitely a heavy dose of white florals. There's osmanthus in this fragrance, but there is also vanilla to kind of, and amber to kind of give it a little bit of weight. Still airy, still soft, still smooth, but it I think it just gives it a little bit of staying power, a little bit of longevity as it's on your skin. But this is definitely a floral vanillic. So this is Good Girl Gone Bad Extreme. The next one is Nobile 1942 Perdizione. This is definitely a sweet orange blossom that's freshened up with some lavender, some neroli, but you definitely get that vanilla. So this one is close to Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian, but this one is a little bit fresher. This is the one that I prefer. Love Don't Be Shy is a little bit too sweet for me. This one is perfect for me, and I think it's perfect for this time of year as well. Definitely sweet, vanillic orange blossom. Okay, the next one is Dolce & Gabbana The One. This is one that I love. I've mentioned it many times before. Definitely a great mix of white florals. There's a peach note in here, but vanilla. So it's fresh, a little bit powdery, very, very easy to reach for, but a good blend of vanilla and white florals, and a little bit of fruit as well. So that's Dolce & Gabbana, The One. The next one is by Lancôme, and this is La Vie Belle, La Vie Belle Éclat. Another orange blossom fragrance. It's citrusy at the top, so when you spray it, you get a lot of citrus. You get that sweet orange blossom, and as you wear it, it definitely gains sweetness on your skin. So it's becomes more reminiscent of the original La Vie Belle. Never gets that sweet, never gets that heavy, but you do feel it in here. I think there's a little bit of iris in here as well to give it some powder, some softness. Like I said, all of these are pretty soft. They're fluffy, maybe airy is another good way, like I said in the beginning, to describe them, but smooth. They're also smooth, but they don't have a lot of heavy base notes to ground them, so they're all going to be beautifully sitting around you. So that is La Vie Belle L'Éclat by Lancôme. The next one is Guerlain, and this is the EDP of Mon Guerlain. This is lavender and vanilla. That's mainly what I get. There may be other notes in here, but that is mainly what I get. And so as I wear this fragrance and as I continue to smell it, the lavender changes. And I don't know if it's because of the age of the fragrance, but for me, it becomes a little more spicy. The lavender didn't used to be that aromatic when I first started wearing this fragrance. It was like a clear lavender. There was no spice, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it is just a little bit more spicy as it ages or as my nose changes. But it's definitely a lavender vanilla fragrance. Very soothing, very classy, very soft, elegant. I feel like you can wear this and probably any of these. They're very versatile fragrances. But yeah, they just leave a beautiful cloud around you. So that is Mon Guerlain, the EDP. This one is newer to my collection, and this is Rasasi, and this is Nafaeis. Let me say this right. Nafaeis, or try. This is Nafaeis al Shagaf Perfume. So in the top, there's a really pretty almond and lemon. And that lemon note, you get it on first spray. It doesn't last throughout, but you definitely get the slightly freshness, but you can maybe identify it as a lemon. It's fresh almond. Then there's some white florals and there's vanilla in the base. So this one is really, really beautiful. This has great staying power. If sprayed on your body as well as your clothes, this will last you. And I think all of these probably are about 6 to 8 hours if you do that mixture. So on your clothes as well as your skin, you'll get good lasting power from these fragrances. So this is Rasasi, Nafaeis al Shagaf Perfume. The next one is by Maison Lancôme, and this is Iris Dragees. Dragees. Anyway, it's beautiful. This is more powdery, but it still has a clarity to it. Iris and almond and vanilla is mostly what I get in this fragrance. Let's see. Got in my eye. So the iris is you'd get the floralness of the iris, and it's slightly powdery, but you get that almond and the vanilla as well. So I guess I don't have much more to say. Simple but beautiful fragrance. I know I'm gonna sneeze at least one time because I feel it throughout this video. Please excuse me if I do, but this is Iris Dragees by Maison Lancôme. All right, this is Dolce & Gabbana, the only one. Now this has a more fruity top when you first spray it, but you definitely get the white florals. And there's like a caramelly base, so vanilla, caramel. There's some coffee in here. Let's see if I can get it today. I don't know. Probably not. I don't really pick up coffee notes in fragrances unless they're very, very prominent. And yeah, it's mostly fruity at the top, but you definitely pick up those white flowers and it dries down to a sweeter vanillic base. So that is Dolce & Gabbana, the only one. It also has a powdery feel. I think there's some violets in here as well to give it a slight powder feel. The next one that I have is 100 Silent Ways by Nishane. Okay. This one, there's also a peach note in here as well, but it's mostly what I get, mostly a very, very smooth mix of white flowers and vanilla. So definitely get that peach up top and the mix of the white flowers and the vanilla. Excuse me. As this fragrance starts to wear, even in the air, as I smell it, I get that vanilla and the white flowers. This is very beautiful. This is a stronger fragrance. You have to be careful. I did a video on this a few months back. I sprayed 3 sprays and somebody was able to smell it pretty. They were probably about 5 or 6 feet away from me, and I didn't realize that it was even that strong. But I don't feel like it was strong as far as like choking somebody out. I just think the sillage can definitely project out. So that is 100 Silent Ways. It's still soft, still fluffy, still airy, obviously, if they smelt it that far away. But it's very beautiful, very feminine, 100 Silent Ways. The next one is very new to my collection, and I am loving it already. I thought I would, and I'm happy that I am, but this is Jasminisha by Moresque. And this is a ginger. There's jasmine in here, but there's also vanilla. And what I get that I love is a heavy musk when I wear this fragrance. So it's definitely vanillic, jasmine, ginger, but also it's a muskier fragrance, which I love. And that ginger, when you spray it, it's like a fresh cut ginger. It's really, really beautiful with that jasmine and the musk. So as it dries down, it gets more vanillic and muskier. So this is a beautiful one. This is a Jasminisha by Moresque. The next two really remind me of each other. And the difference, I will say, is in the juiciness. So this is, these are still white florals, but they have fruits as well. So this is Pompei Garden by Giardino Benessere. I hope you can see that. But this is like pineapple, there's green apple, a lot of white florals. There's gardenia, there's gardenia, there's jasmine, there's orange blossom in here. There are some notes that are unusual. So if you look up the notes, you'll see that there's cumin and green pepper. Don't be scared of those because they are very well blended. Also oak moss in the base, very well blended. I don't pick it up. What I get is like a vanillic white floral, juicy at the top. That juice doesn't last throughout the fragrance, but fragrance is just fluffy, it's airy, and it reminds me, if you need an idea, of Dolce & Gabbana Perfume. And it's just the vibe of the white florals mixed with the vanilla and the fruit. Not necessarily the same. I mean, the fruits are kind of tart, so similar in that way, but not quite the same. This is not as juicy as the other one. So this is raspberry, this is orange blossom, and this is marshmallow, vanilla, you know, at the base. So this is Dolce & Gabbana Perfume. This is the EDP. So this one is definitely more berry-like, but not as juicy as the other fragrance. So those two kind of remind me of each other. Same vibe, not quite the same. So those are more fluffy white florals. The next one, actually the next two are kind of on the woodier side, but still vanillic, still floral. And yeah, this is Fueguia, what is it, 1833. This is Xocoatl. So this fragrance is very well blended, okay? So I think it could fit in many categories because it does have that wood. There is definitely a bright floral note to make it fresh. And the vanilla definitely gives it some sweetness, okay? There's a cacao note in here. You get it when you first spray it. Doesn't stay prominent, not prominent at all throughout this fragrance. It's more like a well-blended, vanillic, woody, slightly floral fragrance. This fragrance is beautiful. I'm gonna sneeze again, excuse me. I don't know if I should edit those out, but yeah, that is Fueguia 1833, Xocoatl. Like I said, that you guys really should try this fragrance out. It doesn't get enough love, so that's that one. I have another fragrance that is on the woody side, but in a different way. It's more green, okay? So not green spicy, but definitely green as far as vegetation. So this has a note of bamboo in it. I'm sorry, this is Floral Street, and this is Wild Vanilla Orchid. There is bamboo in this fragrance. There are white florals, but there is a vanillic note, and it's a fresh, woody, but green, watery vanilla. It reminds me of Poets of Berlin by Vilhelm, but without the blueberry notes. So if you just like that watery green, fresh, woody, vanillic vibe, this is a little bit of a floral touch, white floral touch. You should try this one. Let's see. Sprayer's nice. Let's see if I can keep my sneezes together. Yeah, so it's very, very green up top. Green and watery up top. As this dries down, you definitely get more of that vanilla, like Ah, yes, it starts to pick up some sweetness, even in the air, the way that it develops on your skin. Even if you don't, you know, you're not a fan of the top, it doesn't last for long. And you're gonna get a beautiful, beautiful green, watery, woody, vanillic base. And it's unique. It's a unique fragrance. And I love the way that it develops. And it's great for this time of year. So that is Floral Street Wild Vanilla Orchid. So these last two are the most ambiguous, I think, because the blends are so rounded, and that is a good way to say it. Nothing really sticks out. What you get is ideas of things, okay? So the next one is 51 by Roja. Okay, this is the EDP. Actually, I don't know if this is an extrait. You know, I won't spend too much time. It doesn't say on here, but it says Roja Perfume. It's the Perfume. It says it right there. Anyway, there is raspberry in here. There are white florals, yellow florals. So me, if you don't know, I don't generally like yellow florals, only because I find them very powdery, and I do like powdery fragrances, but they are like powdery and heavy and sweet and very warm. And some of them can be tropical, which I'm not a fan of either, but let's not be negative. This fragrance is blended very well with the raspberry and the white florals, the yellow florals, and the vanilla. There's amber in here as well. So like I said, if you're somebody who wants a fruit, or, well, maybe not a fruit, we're not talking about fruits here, but like I said, everything is very well blended. So what I was getting at is that nothing sticks out. You can't tell that, okay, this is particularly raspberry, or there's a clear idea of florals. It just feels like a floral, sweet, warm, slightly like you get the idea of the fruit, the idea of the florals, the vanilla, everything is just mixed very well together in this fragrance. So if you're wanting something that is very well blended and smells like, doesn't smell like anything in particular, but smells great, it just smells like a great fragrance, that is Roja 51. And I hope that description was okay. I have to think about it a little bit more, but that's the feeling that it gives me. Nothing sticks out in this fragrance. It's just a bunch of things mixed together, and you have ideas of the ingredients. So I hope that's clear. The last one I've mentioned once before, and I questioned whether I should put it on this list. I think I did, just because I love it so much. I think I snuck it in, but I'm gonna go with it because I still think that it fits. It's definitely a musky fragrance. This is a musk. So this is Rosendo Mateu 5, but just like the Roja, you get a hint of floral. There is an idea that there's a floral in this fragrance. It's musky, but there's also vanilla to make it sweeter. You can tell that there's also vanilla in this fragrance. It is warm, definitely not the warmest, perfect for this time of year. And I wonder if you could even wear it in the winter or the summertime, but we're not there yet. I'll let you know then. But for now, this fragrance is perfect. And you do get the vanilla, and you do get an idea that there's a floral in here. So I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to keep it in this list. If you haven't tried this, I've said before, it's worth it just to get a sample so you can have the experience of it. I think it's definitely worth it. And I think a lot of people would enjoy it if you like musk. This is definitely a musk lover's dream, in my opinion. So that is my list of floral vanillas that are airy, smooth, and just very round and fluffy. And what are you guys' fragrances in this category that you love? Do you disagree? Do you disagree with me? If you have any of these, would you put them in a different category? Let me know in the comments. But I hope everybody is doing well, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Love, Jay. Bye-bye.